Welcome to the Nonno Giorgio and Rory Cooking Italian for Weight Loss channel. This is our recipe for homemade zucchini lasagna. Hi! Welcome to the Nonno and Rory Cooking Italian and Losing Weight. If you haven't watched the intro video, you should go back and watch that because it kind of explains what this whole concept is about. We do have recipes other than Italian, but go and do the intro video first. There's a link to it in the description below. Today,
yes,
we're making zucchini lasagna.
Yep.
It's a lighter dish, very vegetarian. You can eat it on a diet, you just don't want to eat the whole thing. And what we've got laid out here are our ingredients. We found 2 wonderful big zucchini. We have an egg to go into the ricotta, salt and pepper, and parsley flakes. And we're going to mix into the ricotta with some salt and pepper and mix it up. The first thing we're going to do is, the zucchini's already been washed. We're going to take the zucchini and put it on the mandolin and cut it. You want very thin slices, but mandolins are very dangerous, so be very careful of your fingers and use a little guard if you have one. We're then going to lay it on this tray with a paper towel and put some salt on it, which will pull the water out. One of the problems with zucchini lasagna is it gets very watery. So the thinner it is, the less water. Some salt will pull it out, let it dry, pat it with some paper towels, and then we'll build it. We're going to do a traditional meat lasagna, but we're vegetarians. And we have 2 products we use a lot: Gardine's meat crumbles and Beyond Meat Italian hot sausage. And we're going to chop both of those up and kind of mix them, put them in a fry pan, cook them a little bit, and then a little bit of tomato sauce or gravy, and then put that in. So we'll have 1 layer with meat, 1 layer with ricotta, and hopefully it'll turn out great.
And George has taught me that Italians call pasta sauce gravy. So when he talks about gravy, that's what he's talking about.
Rory was always amazed when she heard someone else, like on one of the channels, say gravy. Oh. Okay, so let's start with the mandolin and cut some zucchini so we can get it drying.
Okay.
And the first thing we want to do,
you have your knife.
Take the knife and cut the both ends off. We don't need them. And I like to have a bowl where I can just throw garbage so I don't have to keep going to the garbage can. Alright, so we're going to start this.
They're looking perfect down there.
So to show you, I'm not going to run the video through all of this, but very, very thin slices. It's good to have the wider, the bigger zucchini, because if you get a real narrow one, the pieces are going to be narrow, and your lasagna is not going to have as much body because you're going to have to layer them next to each other. The wider it is, the better. It's getting close to when you do a pasta lasagna, how wide, but you'll never get one that big. Alright, so we're going to continue to cut this, and we'll be back as soon as we're done. Now we're going to take our vegetarian meat, the Italian hot sausage. I'm cutting it into slices so I can put it in the fry pan. And we've got some beef crumble, vegetarian. And we're going to put a little olive oil in our pan. Put it on medium. Just let that heat up a little bit. And now we've got the ricotta. It's about 15 ounces of ricotta. And we're going to crack an egg. And we're going to put in some freshly ground Parmesan cheese. Put a little salt and some pepper. If you don't like pepper, don't put it in. It's okay. And we're going to put a little parsley. Now if you have fresh parsley, that's obviously better. We don't. It's summer in Florida and nothing grows here in the summer. And we've been trying to do a little garden of our own. We've been successful with basil, which is good because we both love basil. And now the beef. And we're just going to saute this a little bit with a little bit of tomato sauce. I've got some tomato sauce on the stove back in the back here, and I'll put a little bit on the meat. And we'll just give it a little stir around. If you're wondering about our kitchen, in that introduction video, you can get a tour of where we live here. You will see the beautiful harbor we've got out here and how we have our kitchen set up. We rent, so we can't always get the things we want exactly, but it's good. Okay, we're going to continue to cook up the meat. Doesn't really have to cook since it's vegetarian, but it does need to warm up and get that going. We've got our ricotta ready, we've got our cheese ready, and when we come back, we'll layer everything in the pan here. And we'll put tin foil over it, cook it at 325 for 45 minutes, take the tin foil off, cook it at 350 for another 15 minutes, and the full recipe is below in the write-up. Hi, welcome back to Nonno Giorgio and Rory's channel on cooking Italian food, although we do have some, well, we'll have some recipes for non-Italian. But with weight loss in mind, so that you're not feeling, overly bloated or you're not gaining weight on it, but you're eating the stuff you love. So we're ready to assemble here. We've got our tomato sauce, or our gravy, and you don't need a lot in the bottom, and that's to keep it from burning and sticking at the bottom, but you need to coat it all over.
Right. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's just the sauce, and it smells delicious.
And now I'm going to start taking pieces.
The zucchinis that he sliced earlier.
And you can overlap them. The idea is not to have a weak lasagna where it starts falling apart because there's cracks between the layers.
It helps if you're an engineer, I guess, huh?
We had to make the pieces smaller than I would normally do because we're in desperate need of a new mandolin. The mandolin just cut this, it has a bump for the lid, and it doesn't allow us to cut all the way down.
It was basically, we need a bigger one because these zucchinis were so large, and so that's the issue. So we're constantly adding to our kitchen gadgets inventory, and I love it because I'll say, or George will say, we need this. What's the last thing we got? A pizza roller, a little pizza roller.
Little pizza roller,
which
and
is wonderful.
And we got a pasta machine just before that.
And so I'll say to George, we need this or we need that. And 5 minutes go by and I hear a voice and he says, okay, it'll be here tomorrow. So the next day we make whatever we were going to make and we have the right equipment. But we have a pretty well equipped kitchen now, but we're still working on it. So I'm just putting in these little pieces so we don't waste them. Okay, so now what?
So now we've got the first layer, tomato sauce, the zucchini. We're going to put the meat next. Rory's going to put some meat on there.
Okay.
And again, you don't need a thick layer. You know, this isn't a hamburger you're going to end up eating. So if you have any left over, it's delicious by itself.
It is. These crumbles you can use on so many things and it just turns out delicious. So.
And the Beyond Meat sausage, hot Italian sausage, we love that.
Yeah.
We do it on the grill, we do it on the stove. You can do a sausage and pepper sandwich. You can do sausage and eggs. Just wonderful.
Yeah. The sausage, you know, we can cut up and do other things with it. So it's very versatile.
Do it any green you like.
And beans.
Cannelloni beans. And sausage. It's a
wonderful
typical Italian dish. It's
little
wonderful.
stew.
So now I'm going to do a little seasoning. Some salt and pepper.
And the ricotta?
And no ricotta yet. That's the top layer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you really like a lot of ricotta on it, you can do some on top of the meat. I kind of like a layer with just the meat and a little tomato sauce now.
Okay.
And then we'll build another layer and we'll put just ricotta on that.
Oh, I see.
And then we'll put the top, which is the third layer.
Okay.
And just put seasonings and some cheese.
Okay. You know, it's really fun cooking together. And we both take turns, like George will pick something he likes, he's good at, and I'll make that, and then I'll find something I want to make, and it works wonderfully, especially now that we're stuck inside by ourselves. It's a fun thing to do together.
See, lockdown doesn't have to be boring. You can learn to cook. I saw something funny on the internet that said, after we all come out of lockdown, we're either going to be drunks or master chefs.
Yeah.
So we chose the master chef, although those of you who know me, well, I love wine.
Yeah, I would say wine plays a big part in this quarantine too.
And
okay. This is beautiful. It's paper thin. I think it's going to be so tasty when we're done because it should be delicate, you know, no big clumps of zucchini.
okay, so now we'll put a little gravy again on top of the zucchini layer. And we just need a little more after this for the very top.
Okay.
And we'll do some cheese. This is Parmesan, grated Reggiano Parmigiana cheese. And we'll have some for the top. Little salt. A little of the parsley. And a little bit of pepper.
Always pepper. George is a pepper guy, but it turns out great.
Some people don't like a lot of pepper, and if you don't, don't use it. So just put a couple of, I put 3 dollops, here's a 4th one, and move it around like Rory's doing with the big spoon. You don't want the cheese to be too thick, but you want it to be covering as much as possible.
Right, covering the zucchini and the sauce and the meat.
And the 15 ounce was a perfect amount.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I don't know if George said, this is a 9 by 13 baking pan. So we use it for a lot of things.
Okay, it's time to put the lid on. The lid of the zucchini lasagna. I haven't had any wine yet.
Okay. I want to get one more layer down. Okay. There you go. Nice new big pieces.
Yeah, when we started, we were getting bigger pieces out of it. It was working better.
But it's just the issue with the mandolin. There you go. We do have a food processor, but everything we have does the slices circular instead of long. And so it doesn't work for this recipe. But as I said before, we'll remediate that. Okay,
we're at our bottom layer of zucchini, and these are the biggest slices we've got.
It'll look pretty.
So it will look pretty.
On the top,
but,
which is what anybody will see, because you can't see in between the layers, right?
No, but there's going to be, yeah, that's right, and there's going to be some cheese on it.
You can taste them. Oh, this is perfect.
Look at that.
Yep, came out the perfect amount. We got all the ricotta covered. Ooh, that looks so nice. Look how pretty. Show them.
Okay, so now we're going to do some tomato sauce on top of that.
Yep. Let's see, can you reach the spatula over there?
This?
Yeah.
And we'll be, in future videos, we'll be doing things like homemade pasta. We'll be doing lasagna with pasta instead of zucchini. We'll be doing soups, really nice soups that you can make. And you don't need any store-bought broth. So I will show you how to do your own broth while you're doing the soup. And that keeps it healthy, keeps it light, and you know exactly what's in it.
You know, you can eat George's soup every day and be happy because he makes the most wonderful soups. And they're all vegetables. So we've discovered recently we're always struggling with weight. And of course we love to eat good things and make good things. But we've discovered that you can make a lot of things with vegetable ingredients that are delicious and that don't put the weight on. So recently we have really been honing down on this, and in another episode we'll tell you about how we're trying intermittent fasting and see how that all works together. So maybe we can make getting to your ideal weight an easier thing, because that's what we're always trying to do. So that's where we're going.
You know, one of the things I always tell people, I had written a book called the Food for Thought, and it's a book on epigenetics, which we'll talk more about in other videos, but it's what programs your DNA, makes you healthy or unhealthy, and it comes from foods and the way you think and so on. And it's really important to not just go on a traditional diet. You know, let's face it, if diets worked,
Yeah.
you know, all the diet companies, Weight Watchers, all of them, would be out of business.
And we'd all be
Because
thin.
everybody would take it, it would work, and they wouldn't want to go back because you're
That would
thin.
be it, yeah.
But it doesn't. You do lose weight, and then you come back. Then you do lose weight, and then you come back. So the purpose of this is helping you lose weight, but eat really, really good food. And food that's not processed, that doesn't have a lot of preservatives in it, and cooked by you, so you know what's in it. One of the things we love is when we're cooking, oh my God, the house smells so good. When we do our bread episode, you're going to see us just smiling. And I know, you can't eat a lot of bread and control weight, but you have to have bread every once in a while.
Yeah.
And our favorite is nice crunchy bread.
Yeah.
All right, so what we did is we put a tinfoil layer on. We're going to now set the stove to 325 and put it in for 45 minutes. Take the tinfoil off, go another 15 at 350. So we'll be back when the oven's up and the lasagna is coming out. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hi, welcome back.
We're back.
So what we've done is we baked it at 325 with tinfoil. When that was done, we took the tinfoil off, changed the temperature to 350, went for another 15, and it's about to ring now. And we'll take it out. We can smell it. It's unbelievable. And we'll cut a piece, and we're set up. We got our vino, we got our plates, and our fork. We can't wait to taste this recipe. We hope that you enjoy it when you try to make it. So let's see what we got on this oven.
All right. We have 8 seconds.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the oven off, turn the timer off.
Da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Drum roll. The smell is, I wish you could taste them. I wish you could smell it.
Look at that.
Isn't it
It's
beautiful?
not wet at all.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even know that it was zucchini in there, but you can smell it.
Wonderful.
It's so good. We're going to let it sit and cool for maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll try to cut it. Hopefully, we can get a piece out without destroying it. Okay, we put some fresh basil on top. Now we're going to cut it. This is the part that hopefully we can get it out easily, the first piece. It's so tender, it cuts right
You
through.
want to lean it up so they can see?
Now, someone had said doing a center piece first is easier to get out, but we'll see.
It looks and smells wonderful.
Yeah, we still don't have smell video, so that we can actually let you smell how good it is. Okay.
That would be
Wish
good
me
and
luck.
bad, right?
Wish me luck.
Okay. There
Okay.
you go. Oh, that looks wonderful. The other thing we're trying to do is to eat small portions. So, I particularly have to eat slowly because I eat very quickly. And I think that helps too when you're trying to lose weight or maintain weight.
Okay. So, Rory, let's give it a taste.
Okay. Oh my goodness, this is so tender.
Vegetarian meat lasagna made with zucchini instead of pasta. Oh my God.
Oh, that is so good.
It's good. It's not too watery.
It's delicious.
It came out perfect.
You guys have to make this. Try it. It's so good. And it really isn't difficult to make,
Well,
celebrate.
thank you for watching our channel. There'll be a lot more videos coming, so subscribe below and check that bell, because the bell will tell you when a new one is out, and then you can go see if you're interested. If you find a recipe you really want to try, put it in your favorites list so you can find it easily. Chin chin!
Saluti, caro mio.
Ciao and arrivederci.
So good.
We hope you have enjoyed our channel. If you have, please hit the subscribe button below and the bell next to it so you get notified of new videos when they come out.